Hello there, Cancer. Look how blessed I am today to be able to be at this beautiful place. Chuckanut Creek, very, very lovely. Very beautiful forest, nice and shaded, just beautiful. And the mosquitoes haven't even come out yet, so even better. The only issue is that eventually, it's just a matter of time, I'm gonna get run over by a muddy dog because it is a public space. Oh well. The sacrifices we make for our art. Cancer, I'm going to look at what to embrace and what to leave behind for your month ahead. Then I'm going to look at messages for your soul purpose, messages for your abundance and prosperity, and messages for your love and intimate connections. What to embrace and what to leave behind. While I'm shuffling, make sure and get yourself subscribed to my channel if you haven't already done that, so that you can be in the loop for all the readings that I put on a regular basis, including weeklies as well as monthlies. There we go. Embracing the cup of love, coming up for the beginning of your season, the end of June for sure, by then. But I feel like the self-love, I got some messages earlier, some downloads earlier for you Cancerians about, there it is. The self-love is going to be reflected in love from others. Ooh, that's good, good, good. But also, this Eight of Swords has something to say. I don't know what that is yet. I don't know what that's going to be all about yet. I feel like it's going to come around though. It will, like, really, these messages can influence all the other categories that I'm going to be looking at, my triad of awesomeness, of soul purpose, abundance, and love. But it's like when you love yourself, and that's part of our soul purpose, is learning how to truly love who we are, because when we love who we are, we love in the universe, we're at one with God, source, universe, and like it's like a circulation of energy of love that's going around and around. That's our soul purpose, right? When we love ourselves, then people can't wait to be abundant with us. We're going to take really good care of our physical bodies, and we're going to feel at our peak. When we love ourselves, other people want to love us too, right? So, really, this is like, how much better can you get, right? Oh my goodness. But still you're like, wait, no, I can't love myself. I still have all these issues. I can't love myself because I have issues. I feel like this wants to be in the past. This is what you're leaving behind. This is what to embrace. This is what to leave behind. Here we go. Leaving behind the idea that you have to identify it all with what happened before. Oh, Marissa Peers, hypnotherapist, psychologist. I was listening to one of her little YouTube clips. I just love this lady, the way that she's just like, I can change the way that I think about myself at any moment. Just like that. So she's had therapy sessions with people where she's just like, you know, you don't have to think about yourself like that anymore. You don't have to sit in 10 years of therapy. She says it with a very, very sophisticated British accent. And she's like, you know, you don't have to sit in 10 years of therapy in order to just love yourself. You can just do that right now. You don't have to go back and teach your parents how to love you. You don't have to go back and nurture your inner child. You just have to say, boom, that's not me anymore. Sorry, nature. But nature loves it. Nature is giggling with me right now. That's not me anymore. I love myself. As of now, I love myself. Right now, I'm fucking awesome. I don't have to play that game anymore. That doesn't exist. You know, like, I bless my father's soul. He inherited so much trauma from his parents and his parents' parents and his parents' parents. And he lovingly gave that trauma to me. And then he passed away. When I turned 40 years old, he passed away in the same month. And what happened was, it was like this like veil of trauma just like disconnected. It just sucked itself right off. It was like, whoa, I hadn't realized it. I'd been under the weight of this like octopus, its tentacles were all wrapped around me. And all of a sudden, I didn't have to answer to him anymore. I didn't have to say, well, Dad, I'm doing this. Well, Dad, I'm doing that. I was like, I can divorce my husband without telling my dad. Like, he's dead, right? Bless his soul. He didn't have to die to do that, though. I didn't have to have that experience in order to be able to be free. You can be free whenever you want. You just have to say, that's not me anymore. Oh, I went on a long tirade. Let's look at your soul purpose. That's part of your soul purpose, my love. That's a huge part of your soul purpose, is loving you, being safe, and knowing how awesome you are right now. Right now. Right now. Being in the joy of the universe. That is your soul purpose. So, 7 of Pentacles is like, oh, but I need to show up. Oh, but I need to show up. I need to do this every day, every day, every day. Okay. So there's a tape loop that's really, really hard to just shed, right? The tape loop of the stories that just keep getting reflected back to you over and over again. People like us don't do it that way. This is the way we're supposed to be. Like it's the societally produced stories of how the world works. And so it's like a tape loop that goes around and around and around and around. And you feel like no matter how much I decide that it's not me anymore, you still have to remind yourself on a regular basis. Oh yeah, that's not me anymore. Oh yeah, that's not me anymore. But it doesn't have to be hard. You see how that guy's not working hard? He's hardly working. He's showing up to the things that are really meaningful. So there's some stuff that you're up to that you're really excited about. Things that you're doing that's not necessarily related to your money. It's not necessarily related to your intimate connections. It's just about you and the spirit. You and your just baseline satisfaction, baseline happiness. There's some stuff that you're working on internally. Beautiful. That's why you're here, right? You're drawn to me because you're all about working on this stuff and getting better. And so you're watching the fruits of your labor. You're watching yourself improve. You're watching like it's reflected, all the things that you're doing to love yourself, to show yourself how special you are, to show yourself how significant and important you are. It's starting to show in little things that are happening for you on a regular basis, like little tokens that people are offering you. Little like, oh wow, I lost 5 pounds, or wow, my eyes look really bright today, or wow, I actually slept really well. Like you're sitting like in a place like this, and you're like, I didn't think anything negative this whole time. You're realizing this. You're like, oh wow, this is working. You're looking over your thoughts. You're looking over your life, and you're like, this is working. It's actually happening. I don't feel like there's any clarification that needs to happen on that at all, but gonna do it. 6 of Pentacles also. And you're also feeling like, maybe I should share. Maybe I should share what I've experienced. Here's an important thing to remember when it comes down to, this reminds me of when the first time I ever took a hallucinogen. I was 16 years old. I was at a reggae festival. This is not advocating for drug use of any kind. I just want to get that out there. You do not have to ingest any form of stimulant or drug in order to have a spiritual experience. So I want to get that out there. But the first time that I ever took a drug, and it was necessary for me because it was so the traumatic environment that I was growing up in was so oppressive that it was like it shot me straight to this other frame of mind, this like greater spiritual self. So it was like all this stuff was happening. It was like, oh my gosh, this expansion was happening to me emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. I was like, wow, the world, the universe, everything is so fucking beautiful. This is so amazing. I can't believe how good life is. And I went to turn and tell the person next to me, and I couldn't. I couldn't get it out of my mouth. I couldn't explain to them what I was experiencing, how awesome it was. So remember that if you do want to share your experience with others, share those tokens of knowledge, of spiritual connection. You want to share it with other people. They may not understand, and that's okay. Don't make them. They will in their own time. Remember that. The best thing that you can do to teach others is to be an awesome person, is to love yourself. Loving yourself is the best way to fix the world. Yeah, it's the best way to heal trauma in everyone else's lives, is to love yourself. Let's look at your abundance. And I definitely see some abundance happening. But let's see what kind of messages the cards have for you today. Things moving quickly. We got between that Eight of Swords freedom that you're experiencing and the energy starting to move really, really quickly. Stuff's happening really fast. So it's like all of a sudden you're getting these ideas. If you're self-employed, all of a sudden you're getting great ideas for increasing your income. All of a sudden you're getting great offers. If you're not self-employed, all of a sudden you're getting these like job offers that are like, wow, really? Like, you're gonna give me that? Okay. Like, you didn't expect it at all. But it really comes down to, like I said, changing your opinion of yourself and knowing what you deserve. Maybe in the past you were taught that people like us don't get these kinds of opportunities, but now you realize, oh yeah, I don't have to be trapped by other people's ties, by other people's blockages. It's economic or physical health blockages. You don't have to be bound by society's ideas about how you're supposed to do things. Like, for example, American society has decided that, in order to, house cleaners only get paid minimum wage because it's mindless work. But you're like, actually, no, it's not mindless work. I'm seeing this from the worker's perspective. I need to be trustworthy. I'm using my physical body. I'm doing a really good job taking care of people's homes. I need to be paid double, triple that. And you're realizing, oh yeah, people will pay it. People will pay what I tell them that I want to be paid. Or they won't, and they'll go away, but there will be enough people willing to pay what I want to be paid. I don't have to be restricted by society's ideas about what I am or what people like me do. I can do whatever I want to do. I can get paid however I want to get paid. And that's going to make everything work out for you really, really quickly. Movement. Quick movement. The Eight of Wands is all about quick movement. I had to change positions because my feet are falling asleep. Let's look at your love prospects real quick. So some of you are in committed relationships, some of you are not. So I'm going to go general and then I'm going to go from there. Some of you are looking for love. Some of you are just like, okay, whatever. Well, we do have the Five of Cups and we have the Six of Wands. These are two contradictory energies. One is all about shame. The other one is about victory. Let me tune into this a little bit. And what that has to do with those spilled cups. They're still... I feel like that was the past. The Five of Cups was the past. The idea that you didn't deserve. Somehow, like, you were always messing up relationships and somehow you didn't deserve it. I sense a little bit of self-sabotage when things get good. All right? Things like if you are in a committed relationship, okay? Preen myself a little bit. Think about really humid places, like down by the creek, because it makes my hair go. So I'm like, ooh, I gotta look good. Okay. Anyway. Okay, self-sabotage. When things get really, really good, there's something inside of us that says, I don't deserve this. I gotta screw this up somehow. I don't know why it happens that way, but it does. It happens to so many people. There's this scolding nanny inside of us. It's like, you can't have it all. You've got to screw something up. You're going to screw something up. And yeah, it's like, I just know I'm going to screw this up somehow. That's the energy that I'm getting from it, because things are going really good. So for those of you who are in committed relationships, it's like, watch out for that self-sabotaging behavior. It can come out in the form of being naggy or nitpicky, or like being annoyed easily with your sweetheart, allowing yourself to get really frustrated easily with them. It's like, I knew there was going to be something wrong. I knew that's that energy. It's like, I can't have this idea that I can't have a really healthy relationship will make you look for things that are wrong that otherwise wouldn't really be a problem for other people. So really be careful about that. Instead of focusing on what your sweetheart's doing or not doing, how about you focus on what you are doing and not doing for you? Remember, we're going to shower ourselves with love. You feel like you need more attention from your sweetheart? Instead of saying there's something wrong with my relationship, you know if there's something really wrong with your relationship. You won't need to ask if there's something really wrong, okay? Instead of focusing on there's something really wrong with your relationship, have it be like, I have this need, I'm going to see if I can fill it. I feel like I need more attention. I feel like I need to be nurtured. I feel like I need somebody to make me dinner. I feel like I need to have like a good night's sleep. Think about it that way. If you're feeling really cranky, what is it that's making you cranky? Is it like, do you need a nap? do you need a healthy meal? Do you need space to yourself? That could be it. One of the things that makes us really annoyed with the people that we're closest to is we're having too much, and Cancerians need their space. As much as they love love, there's salmon in this creek, so I'm hearing splashes every once in a while, like little fry. It's very sweet. Anyway, as much as Cancerians love companionship, they also need their own space sometimes. So make sure you do that so you're not sabotaging your connection by lashing out at your sweetheart when they get on your nerves, okay? It may not be that they're necessarily doing something to hurt you. It could be that you just need some space, okay? So also, let's see, for those of you who are not in committed relationships, it's still like you want to be in a committed relationship. Let me backtrack just a little bit about those of you who do not want to be in a connection. Perfectly happy being single. Keep the same principle in mind for your committed or your intimate connections with your relatives, with your like friends, with your coworkers, people that you care about very much. Keep the same principle in mind when it comes to don't overthink what other people are doing or not doing to you or for you. Instead, think about what you can do for yourself, and that's going to go a long way. Self-care, there it is right there. Self-care makes a huge difference in our connections with other people. Okay, anyway, for those of you who do want to be in a committed relationship and you're looking for it, there is, like I said at the very, very beginning of this reading, toward the end of June, something's coming in. Because you're really putting a lot of love into yourself. As I was saying earlier, you're putting a lot of love into yourself, and you're telling yourself, why not me? Why not now? I deserve to be loved, and I'm not going to sabotage it, right? I deserve to be loved. I love myself, first of all, and that's how I know other people can love me. And that's what's going to be attracting this good love energy coming in toward the end of the month. So yay for that. Where's it going to go? I don't know. Maybe you'll have to stay tuned for a love reading toward the end of June. Make sure you're subscribed for that. Oh, thank you so much for being with me, Cancerians. I did have to do this reading in 2 tries because I did get interrupted, but I can't remember if I reminded you guys to subscribe and check out all the readings in this recording. To subscribe and check out all the readings. I like this reading so much more than I liked the other one, so I'm glad I got interrupted. That's just the way the universe works. I love you. I'll catch you later. Bye.